Howdy, folks. It's your good friend Hillbilly Scribbs here with you for another one of these here episodes of the truly bizarre world here exclusively on the Feeding the Monster podcast feeds YouTube's channel. And I gotta tell you, I think we got an interesting show for you today. A while back ago, I was doing some investigating research on some conspiracy theories. I was trying to suss out the truth, and a lot of folks mentioned something to me, and I didn't really know what it meant, and I still don't know 100% what it means, but they kept calling this thing the creepy pastas, and I thought, I don't really know what these are, so maybe I should find an expert who can maybe explain them to us. So I did some snooping around in some of the chat rooms that I like to frequent, and I come across this feller claiming to be an expert on the creepypastas, and we've got an interview with him for you today. Episode 11, Creepypasta Salad. Now, before we get started, I ain't got no clue what this feller is going to be talking about tonight, so just to be on the safe side, we're going to put on the tinfoil. All right. Well, howdy, folks. We are joined tonight by none other than, I don't know, this name don't really quite make sense. Would you like to introduce yourself to us, sir?
Would you like me to use my name or my made-up name? How should I introduce myself?
Well, I would say let's use code words,
Okay.
but whatever you think is best.
Well, the name I go by is Professor Flying Spaghetti Monster at MySpace 12348 at MySpace XYZ, I believe. It's very long. It's a little confusing, but I do that so that way they can't hear me. I can't hear me. Can you hear me? That's why I'm talking into this thing right now. It's supposed to work. It has a red light. I don't know if the red light means go or stop. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're coming through loud and clear.
Okay, great.
And from my broadcast location here, all the walls are like lined in tinfoil, so I think we're safe. Now, I had reached out to you, or actually, you had reached out to me on a chat room, and I had brought up the question about what this creepy pasta stuff was, and I think a lot of our viewers might be interested in that. So the floor is yours, Mr. Flying Spaghetti Monster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Haha, that was a joke.
Uh-huh.
I just want to say thank you, Mr. Hillbilly, for giving me this time to talk to your audience. I greatly appreciate it. I spend most of my time with books. Books are our friends. I like to read. It's important to read so that way you can educate yourself on the greater things in life. That's the problem is that when the epidemic started, some people call it the pandemic. I call it the epidemic. I couldn't leave my house and I ran out of books. So I went on the internet worldwide and was able to find something called Creepypasta, which I believe is a nonfiction website that instructs you in the more interesting things in the world, which I find fascinating. Would you like to hear more?
Yes, please.
Okay. So as I went down some of the rabbit holes, interesting, I choose the word rabbit holes because it was really cats that drew me in to Creepypasta. The cats on Creepypasta have human teeth, which is odd, but believable and strange. At first, I questioned this idea, but then one night, 2 weeks ago, I was bringing out my garbage. I bring it down so that way the garbage men could take it to wherever they go. Some people say it's the dump. I really believe that they recycle it into canoes and kayaks. But that's a story for another day. But while I'm down there, I bring my flashlight because it's very dark at night in my neighborhood. And I flashed my light down the street and I saw green eyes. The eyes shine green back at me. And I approached them because I was curious. Curiosity usually leads me down streets like that. And as I got closer, I noticed a cat that was smiling at me. And it was weird because cats don't normally smile. I don't know if you've ever seen a cat before, but they normally just kind of look with a blank, dead eyes at people. This cat, however, was smiling, kind of like a Cheshire cat, or maybe even like a cartoon cat, but it had people teeth. So, shall I go on, or do you have more questions? Because I can talk about people teeth cats for many hours on end.
This is all new to me. I've never heard anything the likes of this.
This happened. This occurred in reality. My reality, walking down the street. So when I encountered this cat, I thought to myself, it has human teeth. It probably eats both meat and vegetables, as we do. For dinner that night, I had a beautiful sirloin steak that I boiled, and then I had it with some cabbage because I don't know how to cook. So I just made an assumption that if you boil it, it's softer. It was very tough and difficult to chew. Again, a story for another day. But if you cut it with a knife, it's easier. What I did was, with the cat, I assumed it needed some vegetables. So I reached into my pocket to get some lettuce. I gave the cat some lettuce from my pocket, and it ate it. I assumed the cat would like the lettuce because with its human-like teeth, it probably enjoys a nice salad once in a while.
Well, that tracks.
Right? Do you enjoy a salad?
I have, I find that a good salad from time to time complements a smothered in gravy squirrel steak.
That sounds delightful. Do you boil that?
No. I deep fry it.
Oh, I wouldn't know how to do that. Can you teach me one day? Do you do a cooking show?
I do not. But we can revisit that at some point down the road.
Okay, Mr. Hillbilly, may I ask you, do you currently have lettuce in your pocket right now?
I do not.
You should always carry this. What happens if you get locked out of your house? How do you decide to eat?
I don't know.
That's neither here nor there. We can, again, analyze your shortcomings on a later date. Me, for instance, I enjoy a good piece of lettuce now and then, which is why I carry it with me. That particular day, I gave it to the cat, who delightfully ate it. It led to some problems, though, as the cat followed me home. I tried to ignore the cat, and it would meow at my door every night. And eventually the meowing led to more cats, all with human teeth.
Oh.
As of last night, I had 30 cats at my front door with human teeth seeking more lettuce.
Oh, man.
And the problem isn't the cats. I ran out of lettuce. I finished it off with the romaine. And my concern is I need more. I was hoping to come onto your show and ask you, or maybe your listeners, if they could ship me some lettuce. I'm reluctant to give out my address, but I was hoping you could have a P.O. box and we can arrange something.
Well, we'll come back to that later at another time. And we will we'll get back to this on another day.
The red light is still on. Can you still hear me? I don't know if you can see that.
I can hear. I can see it. I can see it.
I am talking directly into it, so they can't hear us.
Okay, well, hey, thanks for letting us know about the creepy pastas. And we're going to have you back on again, Mr. Flying Spider Monkey
Sir, sir,
Monster.
sir, sir. It's a flying spaghetti monster, sir. It's a code
Flying
name.
Spaghetti Monster.
It is something that I use. Like a handle, like what we used to use on the CB. Do you have a CB?
Right. I do have a CB.
Oh, we should talk on that later. I am curious to know a bit more about your boiled squirrel.
Okay, well, we will do that.
Thanks for coming.
Now, if you've got a story or a topic idea for the truly bizarre world, the best thing to do is to download the Anchor app onto your mobile device. And you can go on there and look up the Feeding the Monster podcast feed and leave us a voice message. And, it's just like making a phone call and leaving a message, except for you only got a minute to do it. And you know what? That's actually a good thing because it keeps the super secret government agencies from tracking your calls. Yeah, that's right. And you can also leave comments and questions and suggestions for future show topics, and even your own creepy pastas right down there in the comments section. Yeah, that's the show for today, folks. Special thank you for Flying Spaghetti Monster at moistspace12348 at moistspace.xyz for being on the show. And we're definitely going to have him back because I feel like there's a lot more of them there creepy pastas out there that we should know about. But until next time, until the next show, you guys know what to do. Make sure you check everything out we got going on over on the Feeding the Monster podcast feed. We got shows almost every day of the week over there. And also, there's a little thing we started doing that's a little bit new. Our main show, Are We Wearing Pants? We're actually live streaming that right here on the FTM YouTube's channel. So definitely check that out. Watch for Twitters and Instagrams for alerts and notifications. You can also subscribe and check the little notification thing on the YouTube's channel here to let you know when those are coming out. But I guess that's about it. Until next time, folks, y'all keep it real, y'all keep it weird, and y'all keep it glorious.